Teammates celebrating Kawhi Leonard and company this year looking to play spoiler. Middle of the first. Lakers already down 11. Anthony Davis, trouble. Kawhi the other way. Lou Will for 3. Yes, he had 11 off the bench. Still in the first. Clippers are up 14. Kawhi Leonard. Watch him creating the space. Wesley Matthews goes flying. Kawhi lays it up and good. He had 26 points in 34 minutes. Lakers were down 20 after 1, but they're chipping away. Second quarter, 12-point game. Anthony Davis on the baseline. Lakers within 10. AD had 18 points in 31 minutes. Under 2 minutes till halftime. Lakers down by 5. LeBron, he's a week shy of his 36th birthday. 18 points, 31 minutes. LeBron James had 22 points in 28 minutes as he would throw that one down. Lakers trailing by 2 at the half. Third quarter, Clippers up 4, and now we're going the other way. LeBron James, we've got liftoff. Looking fresh in year 18, Lakers get it within 2. But Paul George would take this game over late. We're late in the third here. Clippers are up by 3. Here's George. He's going to the hole. Yes, plus the foul. It's a 6-point game as he makes the free throw. Paul George would score 33. When they asked his coach Ty Lue about him afterwards to describe his performance, he said unstoppable. And that he was. That's a 4-point play. Clippers pull away to win it by 7, 116-109. That was the nightcap on opening night. It began with this. Kevin Durant, his first game as a Brooklyn Net, and his first game as a teammate of that man, Kyrie Irving. And there's his former teammate, Steph Curry, as they take on the Warriors. And here we go. Welcome back, KD. Drilling a 3, his first points as a Brooklyn Net. Now just over 6 minutes remaining in the first. Kyrie Irving looked very comfortable last night. 3-ball, corner pocket. Durant and Irving combined to outscore the Warriors in the first quarter by themselves, 27-25, and they were just getting started. There's Durant with a little jumper. He had 12 in the first half. Under 20 seconds to go in the half, Steph Curry trying to keep it close. He would lead the Warriors with 20 in the game, but the very next play, Kyrie, range. Bam, 31 feet. Kyrie had 24 points in the first half. Nets up 18 at the break. Third quarter, more Brooklyn. It's a 20-point game. Throw it up. DeAndre Jordan throws it down with the one hand. Nets firing on all cylinders. Later in the third, Nets are deep. Spencer Dinwiddie, Durant, yes. KD, 22 points, 5 boards in 25 minutes. Kyrie, 26 for him. Steve Nash, his first win as the coach. Nets win it going away. KD, how'd it feel?
I know it's a lot of emotions and a lot of, I got so many calls and texts about, playing again. For me, I was just like, I got to focus on the first possession, and then try to get through that and then move on each possession. So I try not to make too big of a deal out this whole thing. And, realize I've been playing this game since I was 8 years old. So I just got to revert back to what I know.
And yet it was a big deal. The NBA is back, and that means Tim Legler is back with us. Thanks for getting up early with us here, Legs. So from what we saw, again, it's one night, but you see Durant in the preseason and this game last night and him playing with Kyrie. In your mind, what do the Brooklyn Nets look like they can be?
Well, if Kevin Durant's on your team and he's healthy, then you're a contender, and that's what it looks like to me. And I saw enough of him in the preseason to have a pretty good idea what I was going to see last night. He's a guy that's moving just like Kevin Durant used to move, and there's no answer for Kevin Durant defensively. You don't have the personnel for him. No team's got the scheme that can really slow him down and stop him. So if you have the best natural scorer in the NBA on your roster, you're a contender, particularly when you pair him with Kyrie Irving, which makes them the best scoring duo in the entire NBA. It looks to me like Kyrie now is in his happy place, which is alongside a more dominant player. He was at his best in Cleveland alongside LeBron James because he could just go play, and you leave the leadership things, the accountability, the answers to the other star. That's when Kyrie is at his best, and we saw it last night. Those two guys look like they really enjoy playing together. The questions are going to be, will they be good enough defensively as time goes on, and will everybody be able to accept their role, because there are some guys taking a step back this year with this group. Let's see how that plays out, but there's no doubt they're a contender for a title.
All right, so that's on the Eastern Conference side. As far as the West and the Lakers, how do you think they approach the start of this season with the short turnaround? And obviously LeBron, again, he's just a week away from his 36th birthday.
The first month of the season for Frank Vogel is going to be basically training camp. It's very difficult to ask any team to come back off with that short of an off season off a championship, not just from a time standpoint, it's also mentally. You know, you're basking in that a little bit. You're enjoying yourself a little bit. So he's not expecting that team to be mentally or physically ready, and you could see it in game one. They were a little bit sloppy to start. They did make a run, so I give them credit. They fought back. But at the end of the day, right now, there's a lot of new pieces that Frank Vogel has to figure out how to use. What combinations do you want to put out there at the start of the game? How do you want to finish the game? There's a lot of guys that want playing time on this team. So obviously, it's about AD and LeBron, but those other pieces have to gel. And right now, Frank Vogel is going to be using this as an extended training camp. Don't expect the Lakers to be anything much better than 500 probably for the first few weeks of the season.
Well, we'll see them again on Christmas Day, and we will see you again on the regular as the NBA is back and better than ever. 14, Kawhi to the basket. Kawhi, oh, he's got the space. Kawhi, 26 points in 34 minutes. Lakers down 20 after one. But here they come. Second quarter, it's a 12-point game. Anthony Davis on the baseline. He had 18 in 31 minutes. Lead is 10. Under 2 minutes till the half. They've cut it to 5. LeBron James, he's a week away from turning 36. He looks pretty good out there. Lakers down to a 2-point game at halftime, outscoring the Clips by 18 in the second. Third quarter, Clippers up 4. We got a ball game. Kawhi, no. Lakers, transition. Dennis Schroeder. LeBron, liftoff. LeBron throws it down, 22 points on 28 minutes as he begins year 18 in the NBA. It's a 2-point game. Later in the third, Clippers are up 3. Paul George took this over late. Remember all the late game struggles in the bubble. No such thing last night. That makes it a 6-point game. Then under 7 to go, Clippers are up by 9. Paul George would score 33 points on the night, knocking this one down for a 4-point play. So 33 for PG. Kawhi had 26. Clippers win the opener 116-109. Meanwhile, Kevin Durant, welcome back to the NBA, making his debut with the Brooklyn Nets against KD's former team. The Warriors and Steph Curry were a minute in, and here it is. First bucket in a year and a half for KD, knocking down a 3. He looked comfortable, and so did his teammate. Take a look at Kyrie Irving. Corner, 3-ball. Yes, KD and Kyrie combined to outscore the Warriors in the first quarter by themselves, 27-25. Nets stay hot. Late in the second, that's KD. He had 12 in the first half. Under 20 seconds to go in the half. Warriors down 17. Steph got space. Yes, he would lead the Warriors with 20 for the game, but the very next play, Kyrie, the range. 31 feet, and it's good. Kyrie had 24 points in the first half. Nets up 18 at the break. Third quarter, Brooklyn is up by 20 off the inbound. DeAndre Jordan. Oh, he throws it down hard. The Nets firing on all cylinders. Later in the third, they've got depth. Spencer Dinwiddie, Kevin Durant, KD 22 points, 5 boards, just 25 minutes of action. Kyrie had 26. Steve Nash, his first win as a head coach. Nets take it in a blowout. KD, how'd it feel?
I know it's a lot of emotions and a lot of, I got so many calls and texts about, playing again. For me, I was just like, I got to focus on the first possession, and then try to get through that and then move on each possession. So I try not to make too big of a deal out this whole thing. And, realize I've been playing this game since I was 8 years old. So I just got to revert back to what I know.
So it is good to see him back, and it is good to see this big fella back. Kendrick Perkins is with us here, getting up early with us on ESPN. And Big Perk, if you can hear me, let's get into what happened last night. I'm a little concerned. There he is. Kendrick Perkins, what was your biggest takeaway last night from the Nets win? I did not have a good feeling about that. I could just tell from the way he wasn't looking.
And that is where we are going to go. Talk a little NBA basketball since it returned last night. Kendrick Perkins, ESPN NBA analyst, joins us now. Perk, good morning to you. I'm sure you were up late watching a lot of NBA last night. Let's start with the Brooklyn Nets and what you saw out of them. It was great to see a healthy Kevin Durant back. Any shot someone is taking down the Nets in the East this year?
Oh, absolutely not. The Nets are dangerous. They might have the most offensive power in the NBA, and they have one of the most offensive duos ever to play the game of basketball in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Both of those guys looked phenomenal last night, but when you look at the role players, LeVert, Dinwiddie, Jeff Green, Jared Allen, DeAndre Jordan, Joe Harris, all those guys are capable of getting having monster nights, whether it's on the rebounding end or even having 20 points. So I'm looking at this Nets roster, and they have one of the deepest teams in the league. They play with great pace. They share the ball tremendously. They defend at a high level. And by the way, they have the best scorer of all time in my eyes in Kevin Durant, and he's back. He looks 100% healthy. Kyrie looks locked in. Although, look, we could all disagree with a lot of things Kyrie Irving